only for the fury of those who are oppressed.
Oppressed people's nation. I'm holding it for the people.
They indicted him, so then I got a lawyer, and you know, they proceeded to charge him with all this stuff or whatever. They said he was involved in the murder that happened at Scorchers on that Saturday, February 21st, which meant he did not go out of my house that day. I was there all day with him, all the family members. Okay, so they just arrested him, charged him, so we figured, well, he had a trial, and everybody here, you know, because they don't got no evidence. How could they have evidence when he wasn't there? So we figured if some other people here, you know, sensible, reasonable people, they just going to throw it out anyway. We never expected it to get that far, but it did. So he went to trial. They sentenced him to 61 years to life. And the people who did the crime, they only got like 20, 15, you know, this, that, and the other, whatever. So, like, that all happened in April of 2010. The last day of the trial, actually, one of the jurors were getting excused, so they said they had to bring JOAQUIN back to the courtroom. Now, mind you, JOAQUIN been in jail since August of 2009. This is like April 2010. They said they found a blade taped under the defense table, which where JOAQUIN and the lawyers and stuff said. We've been in that courtroom all week, you know, full of people, photographers, news media, everything. Then all of a sudden, this blade popped up under the table.
A knife? What type of blade?
It was a box cutter. They showed it on the news. It was the box cutter blade taped. Now, it was taped under the middle of the table, not just on the end where a person sit, all the way under the middle of the table. So they locked JOAQUIN up in the hole, and they said it was under investigation. So I asked them about the investigation. They said if JOAQUIN didn't do it, he know who did it. And I actually talked to the news media myself. And I was like, if this boy been in jail for 8 months or whatever, how in the world could he get a blade? They looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, well, could anybody answer me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, he in the court system, so right there it goes to show somebody in that court put that knife there. Somebody had to, because JOAQUIN hadn't had no access to no knife. So the case went on and stuff, whatever. He got sentenced to 61 years to life. So then we got an appeals lawyer. That's where we're at now. We're waiting for the appeals. But in the meantime, one of the guys, Cornelius King, who actually perpetrated the crime, called his brothers and told them to rob the guys and stuff, whatever. He wrote a letter to the prosecutor stating that when they showed him JOAQUIN, he didn't know JOAQUIN. When they showed him pictures of JOAQUIN, he didn't know JOAQUIN. He said JOAQUIN is the guy they told him to pick. So he wrote a letter to the prosecutor stating that he told a lie on JOAQUIN and they did not give him the time that they agreed to, or whatever the deal they made with him. They didn't give him the right deal, so, you know, he wondered what's going on. So the trial lawyer brought that before the judge, Judge Gall, who tried the case, and we're now waiting for him to see, to feel that new evidence come into case, so we can have a new trial. But it's in the appeals court anyway, so. And actually, we're having a fundraiser on January 23rd at the East Cleveland Theater. Adults tickets $25, children tickets $10, and we would like for all to attend and help us free JOAQUIN kids.
All right. Sit back, you know, you here with Sister Brown. We gotta, now, these 61 years, and listen, don't get offended, because the reason I'm the host, because I keep it real. All right, and I got to ask the questions that the communities that's sitting out there looking at us, I got to ask them questions.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a dirty job, it's free, and I like it. All right, now, for some reason, 61 years, we got to talk about them 61 years. How did what made them decide to give him specifically 61 years?
Okay, from what I gather, they're saying, since, remember, he had did the 10 years in jail.
Right.
They're trying to say he a repeat violator.
Offender, repeat offender.
Right, and so they like 10 years on this charge, 10 years on that charge, 10 years on this charge. They stacked it. They just stacked it all up. Yeah.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
Now,
unconstitutional.
Now tell me this. Was JOAQUIN accused of actually being there at the murder?
JOAQUIN was actually accused of being there at the murder. Actually, they have some kind of video that they took from Scorchers that night.
Yes.
And they showing some guy in a red hood, and they were saying that was Joaquin. But it couldn't possibly be because Joaquin was never there.
Okay, well, you know,
And
like,
then,
do he
excuse
own
me.
a red hoodie? Before
No,
I
he
get
do,
to
no,
that.
he do not own a red hoodie.
Okay,
No, he
I
don't.
just wanted, you know,
He
do
really
he own
don't.
a red
He
hoodie?
surely don't.
You would know, right?
Exactly.
Because he was at your house. He had just came out of jail.
Right.
So you would know whether or not he owned a red hoodie.
Exactly.
Okay.
DIDNT!